It was supposed to be democratic and European, but this is not the first time Prime Minister Tusk has changed his mind. At yesterday's press conference, he openly admitted that he had broken the law for an imaginary good and added that he intends to break it in the future. What do the legal authorities have to say about this? Nothing. This time they are loudly silent. At a press conference dedicated to the supposed restoration of the rule of law in Poland, the Prime Minister openly admitted that his action was unlawful. We have a need today to operate in a combative democracy. We will probably make mistakes more than once or commit acts that, according to some legal authorities, will be, I'm not going to guess, or not quite in accordance with the provisions of the law. Furthermore, he argues that without breaking the law, the activities of his government would be meaningless. I have to make decisions every day that can be very easily criticized and challenged from the legal side. But without these decisions, it would be pointless for me to take the decisions to run the government at all. And on top of that, the leader of the coalition of the 13th of December announced that he would continue to act in an unlawful manner. I will take such decisions in full knowledge of the risk that not all of them will meet the criteria of the full rule of law. Such words, in a normal reality, would involve the resignation of the Prime Minister. However, the Smiling Poland camp pretends that nothing has happened. Not only that, Justice Minister Adam Bodnar is doing everything to justify his master. In fact, we are coming out of an order which was, it is said, illiberal, non-democratic, in which various legal institutions were, as is popularly said, concreted over. The Speaker of the Sejm, Szymon Hołownia, goes even further. The leader of Poland 2050, who built his political capital through the rhetoric of agreement and dialogue, today announces to go to the barricades together with Donald Tusk. I understand that this is a declaration of a strong, hard political fight. I will support the Prime Minister very strongly, and Mr. Prime Minister and I seem to fall into the category sometimes referred to in politics as fighters. And on top of that, he also announces a boycott of the Constitutional Court. We will not be sending a parliamentary representative to the tribunal. Civic Coalition members are taking water in their mouths and do not want to comment on the Prime Minister's words. Why will you break the law? I think you are the one breaking the law. And Jelonek continues to question him and he runs away.
Donald Tusk powiedział, że będziecie podejmować działania, które nie będą zgodne z literą prawa w ocenie wielu autorytetów prawniczych. Dokładnie co powiedział premier. No ale to jest bardzo poważna rzecz, panie pośle.
I didn't hear. Jelonek quotes Tusk's words to him. Szczerba runs away and closes the door.
Miało być praworządnie?
Different from coalition left politician Marek Balt, who openly criticizes Donald Tusk for his authoritarian inclinations. The state in which the law is made by the one in power and not by the Polish parliament is not a democratic state. When the authorities change, the next ones will come and invoke the actions of their predecessors. Breaking the law for the unspecified greater good is reminiscent of the darkest pages of history. This is a reminiscence of Stalinism and those elements of it which were on the one hand terribly threatening, but on the other hand also funny in their own way. It is a strange thing that in the end a trained historian doesn't know this and does this kind of thing well, but some are questioning his mental state at the moment, let's say. The latest manifestation of Donald Tusk breaking the law is the attempt to withdraw the counter-signature. Even lawyers traditionally associated with the ruling team are not leaving a dry eye on this action. Also pushed to the wall, Speaker Hołownia distances himself from the Prime Minister's decision. I find this decision by the Prime Minister controversial. I say this quite openly. And about the unlawful venture itself, the Prime Minister decided to notify through social media. Any action on the X portal in the form of an attempt to cancel this counter-signature is simply legally completely ineffective. As the Prime Minister himself declared, the process of breaking the law is only gaining momentum and it is unclear when it will end. Voices of indignation from the European Commission and other important bodies are so far absent.